Hello everyone, it's Noel here again, and today I'm going to be showing you my edition of Dark World deck. Now, unlike most Dark World decks, this uses a different card called Darkness Neosphere, and I believe it's incredibly useful in Dark World decks, and I've not really understood why no one's used it before. But just so in case you're just spamming to quickly find a deck list for Dark World, I'll just go through the cards. So you have double Darkness Neosphere, triple Grapha, the Dragon Lord of the Dark World, double Snow, Unlight of Dark World, triple Brow, Huntsman of Dark World, double Silver, Warlord of Dark World, beige, Vanguard of Dark World, and double Trance Archfiend. For spells we have triple the Gates of Dark World, triple Upstart Goblin, triple Dark World Dealings, Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, double Mystical Space Typhoon, Card Destruction, double Drag Down into the Grave, Allure of Darkness, and Foolish Burial. For traps we run double Reckless Greed, Dark Smog, Deck Dev, Skill Drain, and Judgment. Now I'm going to explain why I have these cards, how you use them, etc, etc. And I will do some gameplay of this, but not today. I'll upload it tomorrow probably. So, Darkness Neosphere to start off with. This card cannot be special summoned except by sending a Fiend type monster you control and one Fiend type monster from your hand to the grave when your opponent monster declares an attack. This card can't be destroyed by battle. Once returned, you can return all face-up track cards you control to the hand. The bottom bit here isn't that big of a deal really, but you know, the whole start of this is just incredibly good. If your opponent's going to have an attack, let's say you have Snow on the field, you have any Fiend type on the field and any Fiend type in your hand. Right, what you can do to start with is send one Fiend type to the grave, send one from your hand to the grave, which really means you'd be able to special summon Brow, Brow. Well, you get an effect from Silver, beige, yeah, and Brow if you did that, and you'd get out something with 4k attack and defense, which it gets over really any other decks. And if it doesn't get over a card, well, you've not got much hope against that on you anyway, unless you draw a Dark Hole. But Darkness Neosphere is really the heart of this deck. It's so overpowered. I wouldn't run a 3 because you don't want to draw too many, and it doesn't specify being able to special summon it from the grave, so you might be able to. Then we're on triple Grapha. This is pretty obvious with Dark World decks because return a face of Dark World you control to the hand, and you can special summon this from the grave, and then you'd maybe be able to, if you had another one in the grave, get that first one to your hand, and then you can discard it, destroy a card your opponent controls. Yeah, it's a really useful card. Snow I use really if I have Drag Down, and then I can activate my opponent's effect, because it allows me really to special summon like Grapha, for example. I think oh no it doesn't. Well, it allows me to add Grapha to my hand and special summon something from my opponent's grave, so it does work. Triple Brow because it allows me to draw a card, and if my opponent did it because of Drag Down, I get to draw another card. Oh, hang on, what's it say? There's another card. Yeah, draw another card, that was right. Yeah, double Silver. Really because it's so special, so easy to summon. Because if you or your opponent discards it, that's fine. But if your opponent discards it, you can special summon it and return 2 cards from their hand to the bottom of the deck. That's amazing. Hang on, let's see if I can find it. Yeah, it's like, the picture won't load, but it's like Mazara Deville, but even easier to summon, and they don't get discard effects. So if you're playing another Dark World deck, they don't get their effects. Beige, just because if I can discard it, special summon it, which helps with darkness. Trance, because it allows me to discard them, and it gives it this card against 500, so this is 2k attack really, and I get the other card out usually. For spells we have triple gates. The field card for this deck is really important. I wouldn't really suggest running terraforming because you can cope without this, and it means you have to banish a fiend type just to draw a card, but you get to discard one as well, so it's pretty good I guess. Triple upstart, just because it's a quick way of drawing a card in your turn. You don't have to rely on setting cards. So triple Dark World dealings, because it draws one and you get off the discard effects. Monster Born Dark Hole Heavy staples. Double MST staples to get rid of their back row before you do all the special summoning shenanigans. Card destruction, because if you say had double silver, beige, brow in your hand, you'd get to special summon 3 cards and you'd get to draw a card, so it's really useful. Double drag down, both players reveal their hands, discard one from the opponent's hand to the grave, then draw a card. What you do here is you'd set all, well, you try and make sure you only have 1 card in your hand when you activate this, like snow for example, because then you get your opponent's discarding effect, and they have to, it's compulsory. So you really just get to special summon, and you could like return 2 cards from their hand to the bottom of the deck, as well as the discard from drag down. We run a law just because it's a really easy double draw, but you have to banish, and I don't like banishing really. We run a foolish just to get Greph to the grave really. Traps, we run double reckless to draw 2. Dark Smog, once per turn you target a monster in your opponent's grave, discard a fiend type monster. If you do, banish that target. You get a discard effect, and you banish one of your opponent's monsters in the grave. So if they have something which they require to special summon, you can just get rid of it, like Megalo for example. Deck Dev, because it's so easy, and like if you tribute Grepher, it basically ruins your whole opponent's hand, and Grepher can get out so easily with this deck. We'll run 1 skill drain just to get rid of my opponent's effects if they need them. Like if I'm playing U-Bells for example, skill drain wrecks them completely. I'll now run 1 Sturdy Judgment. As usual, I don't really concentrate on an extra deck for this deck, but if you want, I guess you could run a couple of level 4s, because you do have 5 in this deck. Maybe Zen mains in case you can get double brow out, but that's not likely. I wouldn't really run level 5s because the chance of getting them, you'd probably keep them on the field if you could. Don't run level 8s. And if you really want, you can run Gustav, but to be honest, I prefer double Neosphere on the field. Yeah, I'd only really go into Gustav if I had those 2. Just if my opponent was on 2k or less, just to kill him immediately. And that's pretty much the whole deck, so I'll upload a video gameplay pretty soon after, but you know, I have things to do. So I'll see you later then.